Welcome, beautiful divine masculine and feminine darlings. This is the Seraphim Gem Gypsy. There's a closed curtain right now, a closed curtain between those lights and me. And I asked for those to be put out last night as is legally required. I also requested that they ask her to turn them all out instead of playing games and only turning half of them out when they're asking her to turn all of them out. And she did not, again. So this morning, the police got another call. And I told them I want her to be written up and penalized for it, because there's no reason that I have to call the police every single day for 2 months, and that they should have to come up not only once to tell her to stop breaking the law, but at least 2 or 3 times a night, as they have this week, because she's been upping the ante. And again, playing games. Why do you think that playing games with the law or the police is a smart idea? Sounds like you're unstable. Okay, so these people have been trying to cause problems and disturb peace and schedules, and they have. But joke's on them, because I rerouted everything and have it all back on track today. They tried to take a few days to mess things up. Took me a day to recalibrate and undo the damage they did and work that out. But I have been. So that's a checkmate. But I've been documenting everything and have a few more government calls to make. That will be addressed. But the police department doesn't have an option but to fix that, and now the town is going to hear about it again too. But so are their superiors, because if this wasn't a problem, I wouldn't have to be addressing it, and if they were doing their jobs, I wouldn't still be calling 2 months later. Okay. Now, this is especially problematic considering when I called last night, I asked them specifically to make her turn all of them out, so no one would have to come up twice, and people would not continue to be bothered. I made a specific request, and she still chose to be disobedient to the Bar Harbor police and the Bar Harbor town ordinance laws, and also be a nuisance to her neighbor, which is a violation of her HUD housing government tenant. And also she's breaking the law because the cops keep having to come up, and then she's disrespecting them and only partially listening to the law, which is another tenant violation right there. And you can see it. There's no reason that that should be on right now, nor should it have been on all night, but it was. So that's against the law, and there's documentation of that too. And like I said yesterday, when I called in to the police, who happened to pick up was a woman named Melissa, somebody that the police department has. I made such a stink about them needing sensitivity training and having no respect or comprehension of people who have trauma or, injuries like they're causing people or letting other people causing, that they hired this mental health or trauma support person who hasn't been able to do anything beneficial for me. It's just like, do you want an ear to listen to? But what I will say, and I'll give her this, is when I was explaining that this is a problem yesterday, she said, she tried to pitter-patter over the topic, not wanting to insult me or hurt my feelings. Tried to start gently explaining how damaging sleep deprivation could be, which I thanked her for saying. It wasn't new information to me, and I said, ma'am, this is why I'm calling. I'm glad to hear that you're alarmed about this and that you're concerned that it could be a dangerous problem, because it is. That's why I'm calling. But your fellow officers who recruited you in to do your job that they're not respecting, yeah, they don't seem to care. Because I think if they did, this wouldn't still be going on. All right. And I don't need these officers to care about me. I don't need them to care about their jobs. They don't need their jobs. They'll lose their jobs. That's fine. I don't plan to stay here anyway. But what I do need is for people to stop being abusive and criminally abusive. Specifically so I can get out of here. You don't have to like me. You don't have to do your jobs right. You don't need your jobs, but you need to leave me alone so I can leave. I don't want you to leave. I want a target. That's too bad. You need psycho help. Okay? Okay. So that's day 3 in a row that they've tried to play this shit. Except for I have a medical team this morning who's about to testify to a judge and put them in jail. They think this is funny and it's a little tit for tat, but you see this doctor that they just claimed that I don't see, I haven't seen, and what have you, I've been seeing for years, knows all about this, has heard every single time there's a problem, and is ready to testify about these assholes and put them all in jail for the damage they've done. In fact, I've got a few doctors who are ready to do this. Some of them are men and some of them are women, and none of them like these criminals. Yeah, see, you don't have to like me. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I don't like you either. Hate me because I'm beautiful. Well, I don't like you either. No, bitch, I know. But Kim Murphy, you're gonna die. Here's your death prophecy. For ganging up with convicted abusers and being one yourself. You jealous old fat bitch. You old cow. That's why you're getting karma, you old hag. That's why your son's dead. You rotten liar. I see where he got it from. The apple didn't fall far from the rotten, shitty tree with rotten, ugly roots, you old hag. Had to cancel an appointment yesterday because of their shit. If not friends, then family. You've seen that this week. But that's okay. Those aren't my family. If friends or family or people can be turned against you, baby, those were never your family. Those people simply took out the trash. In fact. And you know what? Since she wants to be a bitch with the lights, bring it up. Oh, and I got one better, honey. She wants to be a bitch with the lights. Well, guess what? I got a motherfucking sun lamp over here, and I haven't plugged this in one yet. You want to play competitive Grinch Stole Christmas, bitch? I will win. You think I won't? Let me go set this shit up in the window over there, and we'll see who wins. We'll see who plays with this. You want to do that game with me? Let me tell you what, if I wanted to be a bitch and win this competition, I would. I haven't wanted to, so I haven't. But if you try me, I will destroy you with the truth and embarrass you with your own bullshit. He's with boy. I'm well within my right. She's been keeping people up all night. I know she's sleeping now, but it's almost 6, 7 o'clock here. They're not gonna like me very much. It's awfully bright outside now, isn't it? It's a lot brighter now than it was before. Grand Rising, Kim. 6:28 on the East Coast here. You want to play that game with me, honey? I'll win. I haven't wanted to, so I haven't tried, but checkmate. Broke bitch. How long have you had that? Oh, bitch, I've had that for years. In fact, you've seen that. You've seen that. You know, every time I let the camera flash over here, and you see this, that little spot in the corner over here? Yeah, you see there where that hole is? That's usually where it's sitting. I've had it there the whole time. I just didn't want to be a horrible cunt like Kim. But you know what? You want to bully me, I'll bully you back until you stop. Hey, okay, empath, I'm going to give you back your own energy, and you don't like it very much, do you, honey? But I'm not bullying them. I'm just returning their energy to sender, that's all. If they think it's bullying when I'm giving them their own energy and behaviors back, then why do they do it to others? If it's not okay when other people do it to them, then why is it okay when they do it to other people? Learn your lesson, karma. Thank you. Come here, my baby. Anything else? Yeah, she's just a jealous old hag. I see that. I see people rubbing their eyes and cranky and, is the light bothering you? Maybe you should stop being a cunt then. Yeah, you don't want to make me tit for tat, honey. They think I won't, or they think they're stronger because I don't, but it's because I have the self-control not to. Till you give me no reason to give a fuck anymore. But then that backfires on you. Always. Yeah, what? And I think it's hilarious. Bought a new card thinking it'll add length. Very insecure, nothing in the bank. And I think it's hilarious. Yeah, see, it's Crooked Toxic X. And that's who precisely, specifically is tied to the psycho next door. But like I said, I win. Which I also think is hilarious. Fucking crazy people. Yeah, well, guess what? Uno reverse. How does that return to sender taste, honey? A bit like my toes in your teeth, eh? Eat hearty. Didn't I just call it out? I wasn't calling it out to be mean, I'm just channeling. She's got insecurity body image issues. She's jealous that I'm pretty, and she feels like I'm tall and thin, and she is an old miserable psycho, and so she's being mean to me because she feels like I hear her best years are behind her. Well, honey, guess what? I don't think you had those. You seem like the type of person who peaked in high school if you managed to make it that far. Yeah, that's why they have no protection. As this falls right in front of the sage upside down on the deck. Those aren't friends. My closest friends do not hold grudges against me. Do you know who my closest friends currently are? The cats and the angels. All right. My best friend was Delray Meeker. He died in 2016. I had a few more. Tony died a few years ago. Any other so-called friends ended up being ops, either for material gain or jealousy or something. Those are not friends, babe. You just took out the trash with you. Closest friends are... No, those aren't friends. Those aren't family. Come on now. Yeah. See these dark people. Trying to send throat chakra, crown chakra. Oh, what did I say? Uno reverse, return to sender. You don't like your energy back, do you? It's a reverse though. Because like I said, if I wanted to match her energy, as I haven't been seeking to do, if I wanted to up the ante, if I wanted to hit it from all sides, or at least a few more like I did today, then, well, they'd be in trouble. But I haven't wanted to do that. Today, I just don't give a fuck. Checkmate. Yeah, look, see, they can't stand to see you shine. You know what's hilarious? They wanted to sit here and play light harassment, yeah? They can't stand to see you shine. Oh, God. How's that sun lamp in the window treating you? Crazy bitch. And I think it's hilarious. Now, again, to be very clear, it's 6:35 in the morning here. I'm well within my rights. They've been doing things to intentionally harass and keep people awake at night, which also disturbs animals and is against the law where I live, for 2 months straight, every night. And just like I said before, I repeat, not only has she been trying to play games, but when the police tell her to stop that, she'll turn out half of them and make them come up to do a second round to make her turn out the other half, or a third round even. And I'm not playing games. I'm just going to be putting her in prison. Because, actually, you know what? I'm going to be quiet about that. They'll figure it out when it's too late. But by the time I'm done today, they're going to regret trying to play with me this morning and prior. And that's not what I'm deciding today. I already decided that tomorrow. But the fact that I woke up and they're still trying to be bullshit today is just more ammunition and point proven that God was right and I needed to address the problem that I was told about yesterday. So don't worry. I am. Unexplained freak accident. And that came out yesterday. And what did I just say? Here's your death prophecy. That came out in the last reading I did too. I'm not being mean. I'm not wishing death on her. But one of the things that I do is death prophecy. I picked up that my husband was going to die. How he died. 9 months before he did. And everything was fine when I picked it up. Panicked. But everything was fine. We were fine. Everything was fine. Until 9 months later, I woke up and it wasn't. And he was dead on the floor. In the other room. So I'm not being mean. You know, if I pick up my own husband's death prophecy, you think I'm being mean when I call out yours? No. You're just trying to shoot the messenger and you're spooked because you know your karma's coming to collect you and you'd rather be mean and upset at me for calling out that death prophecy than face the fact that now death is chasing you like a bad scene in Final Destination because your karma's so bad for hurting people. I'm just telling you what your Akashic records say. But I wouldn't be reading them if you'd stop playing around in my energy. The second you decided to play around in my energy, you tried to cross my path. That means I'm well within my right to read your Akashics because you've got your bullshit all trying to be up in my business. And it's my responsibility and, frankly, ability to discern the two and separate you because you didn't belong there in the first place. Toodles. Love, Gemini. But you picked the wrong switch. You flipped the wrong Gemini switch today, honey. She's been ganging up with groups of people to bully my minor child and I. In fact, to conceal convicted domestic and child abuse. They all sat in a courtroom on November 7th together lying to a judge. I've got those transcripts on the computer and then hard copies in the filing cabinet beneath it. Actually, right next to a black filing cabinet where you saw the sun lamp wedged in between. Guess who recruited her? Guess what toxic person who's been bullying me and has recruited all these other people to bully me? Oh, guess what? Guess what person, that convicted domestic abuser, that convicted abuser, that rapist that she sat in a courtroom next to that she's been bullying me with, guess what his sign is? Yep. The one she lied to a judge with? Yep. Just a few months ago? Yep. Guess what? Yep. Bullying the air sign. some of these people may have touches of air sign in their chart. I do find that people like toxic karmics who have air sign in their chart feel like they can compete with me. We both have Gemini in our chart, so it doesn't matter. That's like a 5 of Wands person trying to compete with a 7 of Wands person, but the 5 of Wands card is of 5 people on the same level all fighting each other. And we're not on the same level. The 7 of Wands is a bunch of people standing below one person who's already above them, and they're trying to use their wands to knock the person who's already ascended above them down. So they might both have wands, but theirs are prematurely developed, and mine is not. We might all have wands, but they use theirs to knock people down and cause destruction, and I use mine to defend myself from them and build and grow up, elevating up instead. We're not the same. In fact, they're too busy being crabs in a barrel to have any growth, and it's why they're busy trying to be jealous of and destroy other people's growth or knock people down, set people back. So we might both be Geminis, yeah. We might both have wands, but you're immature, you're low class, and, well, frankly, I outrank you. Which is precisely what I told my mother yesterday. Don't try me. Why would you tell your mother that, Cole? Because it's true. And she knows that too. She calls me the alpha. Oh no, I need that light on because this lights up the inside windows here. Oh wait, I got one more. Hold on. Fucking bitch. Don't play me. Pie face. Checkmate. Yeah, look, that's so funny. 2 or 3 days ago, 3 days ago now, I think, when she started this, I was standing here in the kitchen finishing something up, and I noticed these shadow figures, like these dark spirits or demon entities, which doesn't surprise me. They've been playing with those. That card came out. I watched them go into her bedroom, walk around the back of the property, and then like on the edge of her building. Actually, you know what? They followed the lights. They walked right around the side of the building where she's trying to do the light pollution harassment, and then they walked around the corner in the back and either went around into her living room in the back or right into the bedroom. But yeah, her house is possessed. No, it's not. Yes, I do. It came up last night. And you know what? I know it's her because I actually have a video that she didn't know I recorded of me telling her, you need to keep your cat inside like the vet said because it's causing harm to other people. And she said, no, I don't. Not thinking that I had it recorded. And then when we went to a judge, she claimed that none of those things happened and that her cat sometimes accidentally got let out. But when I said, you need to stop letting your cat out and keep it inside, I have an audio recording of her conflicting what she lied about in court and saying, no, I don't, which is different than, oh, the cat accidentally got out. Not, oh, hey, I leave the door open for my cat knowing it's going to go attack other people and put other people in the vet. And then I'm going to deny and ignore paying the veterinarian bills, even though it was legitimately, legally, negligently my fault. Kim Murphy. Because she's a karmic female who hates divine feminines. But that's too bad. Split the deck because I've got protection. And so does my collective. Oh, what did I say? Yeah, just old fat jealous cow. It's not a secret. We know you're a stalker. Anything else? I think I'm good with this deck. Kind of bored of it. The same cards are coming out. It's because it's the same message. They're the same shitty people doing the same shitty things. They never grow, they never change, so the cards keep telling people they're the same. Oh, and you know what? Actually, when she first moved in, that makes sense. Let me grab that deck. I saw it last night. It got my attention. When she first moved in, I would ask her, just in and out of the house, going to errands and stuff, if I'd see her, oh, hey, how are you? And she'd say, same shit, different day. Like, well, of course your tomorrow is the same shitty tomorrow if you keep doing the same shitty things today that you did yesterday. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. If you repeat today's bullshit, you're just repeating yesterday's bullshit and you're making it tomorrow just like yesterday was. What do you mean? Of course it's the same shit, different day. You never do anything different. That's why you didn't grow. That's why you drove your life into the ground and you live in government housing, dude. So you do shit like that. Leave people alone. Yeah, see, told you, she's getting bad karma. This just flew out. Haunted. Oh, and I told you, I saw that. Possessed. She's got those demons I watched walk in the back back of her apartment. Those shadows. You want to be so evil, you call that right to you. Now they're running. Now they're running. And I also picked up in some cases, some of these karmics now might be trying to play with the lights because they're afraid of the frickin' dark because they know they got demons chasing them. So I picked that up yesterday. Yeah, so they do instigated things because they want attention, but this is not the kind of attention that they want, because they might try to be upsetting now, but guess what? A judge is going to look at the damage they're doing and any upset that was caused to the victims and hold them accountable for it later. It's not going, they think they're winning now. If nothing's done about it today, then nothing will be done about it. No, bitch, that will catch up to you in court later. Okay? Yeah, we're just not interested. That's why we're brushing them off and moving on. Yeah. They're going to have to give up money for the damages that they caused because they're being rejected in society and they're being seen as unsuccessful. See, they tried to bully and force their way into situations or into people's lives or control people. No, and they're trying to up the ante because they're mad that we're not bothered the way they want us to be, if at all. And if they were giving any kind of offer, right, like I have a video of her doing something and saying something that she told a full out different story to the judge. But that judge didn't see that video. Not that it would have mattered if he did. This particular judge was a dirty judge who already told me he has family contact with some of the criminals involved, meaning it's a conflict of interest for him to be on the case, and he shouldn't be anywhere near any case relating to me anymore. But he has been, because he's been working with criminals to cover up their crimes and continue to harm victims, or at least not help them, which is more harmful. They're obsessed. I also know that these people are upset because they know divine masculines and feminines are coming together. And in some cases, these people have been traveling and stalking the light workers, but they also have been trying to cause problems because they think that, I guess, causing issues for divine feminine will make divine masculine not want her or make him think twice about coming towards her. But in fact, it's actually having the opposite effect, because he sees that she's telling the truth. He sees that she's being abused. He sees that she needs help. He sees that nobody's doing their job and nobody's helping her. And so what he wants to do, because he feels like this, is be that. Yeah, see, I told you, they want to cause enough drama for her or problems for her that divine masculine feels like he can't come through, or that maybe they think he will be turned off from her. Yeah, if they keep messing with her child, or if we make her look like either a single mom or a deadbeat by kidnapping her child, and picking up a specific targeted channel towards me, actually, this time. And then we, run the slander campaign, and people won't. I hear something about promiscuous. I've been celibate for like 10 years. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you harlots. But anyway. The fuck? Karmic says, yeah, that's not true. Actually, it is. And my medical records not only prove that, but the same people running their mouth that I'm picking up have STDs. They've also been falsely accusing people of having STDs that they can't get rid of, by the way, permanent STDs. And the same people that they're falsely accusing of having STDs have clean bills of health. If they did have those things, if they ever had those things, based on what I'm picking up that these people have, they'd still have the infection or the disease now, but they don't, because they never did. So innocent people are being falsely accused by people who are actually guilty on all kinds of accords. These are bad people, and they're not fit parents, but they go around trying to cause problems for other people. These are people who will call child protective services, not on people who are bad parents, just people who they don't like and they're jealous of, because they think that that's a good way to hurt them, by trying to fuck with their kids and their family. And you know what that makes you? Bitch, a demon. You're attempting to sacrifice the well-being of children and their peace and their lives for your shitty little ego tactics. This is why your kids are dying. This is why you've got generational curses. This is why you're facing death prophecy. I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's very sad. But I am telling you why you're catching karma. Okay? Yeah, like photo proof. And I have proof that these people have been lying. Told you. See? They do all this stuff to attack you, but why? Because really they're mad at you that you won't be with them. Or they want, they're mad at you that you won't be with them, especially if they want to chase clout off your name. And this is also why they cause problems, because they think it's a way, it's like people obsessing over a celebrity because they want the celebrity to mention them or be able to chase clout off of the celebrity's name. But guess what? When you get to the point where a celebrity has to mention your name because you're being such an abusive stalker, bitch, that's not what you want. You don't want people to know you only because you're a criminal and an abusive piece of shit. See, these people are so focused on their reputation and being seen as good people or the best people in the block or the world or whatever it is, that for as much as they want attention, they're a little bit more afraid of being exposed. So I won't mention people's name because I'm not giving them the ability to chase clout off of my name unless they commit such vile acts and crimes that I have to whistleblow on it. And again, at that point, these are people, they don't want their name brought up when it comes to that point. They'd rather stay out of it. But by that point, it's too late. And they push me and they push me, and I'm so patient and lenient. I think they think I won't do anything about it or say anything about it until they have no other choice. They give me no other choice, and then I have to do something about it. And then they regret it. But again, at that point, it's too late on either accord. Yeah, see, we're moving on regardless. Too busy winning. So these people will either be losing their vehicular structure, or if these people have been trying to cause issues for other people, that's being fixed soon. Like for me, I'm walking. I had karmics mess up a medical appointment for me this week. I'm walking to one this morning. 1, so I can get to it. 2, so I can stay away from them. But divine masculines, I've been picking up my divine masculine because I know he's been watching me. He's upset. He's mad and upset and sad that these people are causing harm. And he's also upset that these people have been trying to strip my resources down in order to try to control me and abuse me, because that's abuse. And guess what? Financial abuse is a form of weaponized domestic abuse. Whether it comes from family or a partner, domestic means in-house. So whether it's your parents abusing a child or a partner abusing a woman, it doesn't matter, especially when they gang up on her together, which they did. Divine masculine says I'm upset about that too. I know, babe. Dirt digging. Yeah, see, they want to dig up dirt on you, and they can't. They keep trying to dig up dirt because they're trying to find their evil in you, so they project all their bullshit and they're mean to you because they're trying to look for dirt on you. But bitch, you're seeing your own dirt. Stop throwing mud on people and then getting mad when we grow gardens out of it. Fuck you. You can try to dirty my name all you want. I will wear your hate like war paint. Thank you. Fake flexing. Told you. It's all for show. They're broke. Broke bitch. Trying to disturb the peace of a light worker. Now they're going to be forced to sit there and reflect on that shit. They don't have a choice. I called it right out. Yeah, nobody wants to deal with them. They claim that people are promiscuous or always party when really that's them. They're always causing issues. And what did I say? I'm going to be quiet about that. They'll figure it out when they figure it out when it's too late. Yeah, well, guess what? Checkmate. Ain't shit. Same shit, different day. You ain't shit. Oh, guess what's behind that? Told you. Same shit, different day. You ain't shit. Bitch. Ooh, but divine masculine is still here anyway. Boss daddy. I just heard big dick energy. Yeah, boy. And light workers still win. Checkmate. Can I get a few for DM, please? I mentioned this yesterday. He's cutting people off. What was it about the sticks in the mud? Or no, he's Atreyu. Came up in the reading I did last night from the Neverending Story. He has to let go of people, right? His horse got stuck in the mud in that movie. He had to leave the horse behind, and it was sad for him. He loved that horse. But he could not get the horse out. There was nothing he could do to save him. If he had stayed, he would have drowned and died with the horse. So he had to keep going on the mission. Meaning these people in his life who were not good for him, I hear it's like beating a dead horse. There it is. He couldn't change them. He couldn't bring them up on an elevation level. You can't get people to open up to spirituality if they don't want to. You can't get people to see. He could not make karmics light workers, pretty much. And it's not his job. But now he's realizing that. And so instead of trying, he's giving into the divine and allowing him to release his hands from the situation. So he's leaving the horse behind instead of trying to beat a dead horse so he can continue to finish his journey. And you know what's at the end of the journey? In the crystal castle, the divine feminine, princess, the priestess in her tower. Yeah. So he leaves these karmics behind and gets out of the mud to go to the kingdom for his feminine instead of being held up in the dirt where she's being bullied, right? She's being bullied. Maybe he was too by people. Maybe this is also why he knows, or maybe he is being bullied. Maybe that's also what no face is. You see, these people tried to hide behind screens, but we know who they are. Hustling, grudge holders. See, they tried to block people's resources. Told you. But that's a no. They're being seen as toxic people. They're not being the grudge. I can hold a grudge like nobody's business. I like that song. It's Adam Jensen. But it's not a grudge, dude. These are boundaries, and there's a difference. They think that they're grudges. They're not. They're holding grudges, but they don't have a right to. They're mad that people wouldn't tolerate their bullshit or stood up for themselves. We're not holding grudges. We're setting boundaries and maintaining those because they do fucked up things like that. No. There's also a message of somebody maybe trying to use this masculine for resources or something in the past. That's a no. That was blocked. Car list just popped up. Bad habits. Obsessive lover. I'm telling you, there's something here about toxic people. Or maybe that's, hold on, what they're saying about people. I'm picking up, it's more about these actual people. Screenshots, creeping. Okay, so for example, if you go on my shorts page, you can actually see the one of the creeps next door spying through my windows. Not in a screenshot, in a video. And so if they are that was one of the first cards that came out, they're getting tarot readings on you. They're abusing or trying to abuse divination. See, they think because she's reading, she's going to look into us, I've got the right to, no, you don't. I'm protecting my light worker collective and I from the attacks that are, see, they think that me speaking up or me defending us, me calling them out is an attack. No, I'm countering their attack by speaking the truth. See, their lies and their fabrications and their bullshit dies when it hits the light. Their shadows die when they hit the light. I'm just balancing the scales that they threw out of balance by telling the truth. They threw it out of balance when they did whatever they did or lied about whatever they lied about. They want to be in some kind of position of power, even falsely manipulated power. So if the scale is imbalanced, as long as they're on the upside of it, they're happy. But that's not a balanced scale, you see. So they want to be bullies to put themselves at the top, but that's actually what puts them at the bottom. It's what makes them bottom feeders. The fact that they do those things, and also that they're willing to do those things, that they have any thought process of doing those things or desire to do them. So that's a no. Yeah, wolf in sheep's clothing, and they pretend to be nice people when they're not. They're very angry. Why are you so angry? Because I hate you. Oh, I just split the deck. Because they know that I'm going to be leaving and they're stuck. Yeah. And people know they were fake. And their obsessions are they're not going to have an option anymore but to let me go because I'm not staying. So yeah, they're going to have to deal with it. Divination abuser. So the scales. I'm picking up the scales with my app. Heart is supposed to be light as a feather. And the scales, there's a feather and there is a heart on the scale. Now the heart is technically the heart is technically heavier than the feather by weight. But because your heart is supposed to be light as a feather referencing also this angel wing, right? Being pure-hearted, light-hearted, the feather and the scale are supposed to be balanced. Because if your heart is pure, then it should be weightless at that point. That's the metaphor. So on the scales of Mayat, the scales are supposed to be level. If your heart is pure, then it doesn't matter whether it's a feather on the other side or not. Your heart is so pure and full of light that it should be balanced instead of like that. Now it's like this with the karmics because they want to be here and they want light workers to be here. So they do something nasty to put themselves here, to try to put other light workers here. And then when we tell the truth, it at least goes like this, if not like this, but at least like this. So let's say it's just an even point. They do something to throw things out of balance. This is them, this is us. We tell the truth to balance the scales, and they think that's offensive. They find that, even if it's like this, they think it's like that. It's not fair to them when we're just in our own space, minding our own business, and they can't target us and attack us. So then they do something else, and it throws the scale back out of balance. And then they get mad at us for telling the truth to throw it back into balance. And they think it's a petty tit for tat thing, but they never had the right to do this. And it's not based on what we think. Guess who controls that scale? When God watches you try to play with that, I don't believe in God. When the universe and karma sees you play with that scale, I don't believe in that. It doesn't matter. Quantum law believes in you. Karma misses no beats and no deadlines. Doesn't move your address if you move. Doesn't forget your address if you move. Told you. Your light irritates their demons. I know. Bigoted, fat, ugly, mean, bitch ass, haggard, old hag. Ooh, told you. I don't believe in that. Yeah, well, God doesn't love your ugly, neither do I. You broke bitch. Told you. Haha. I'm not being mean. I'm just calling it as it is. They get so offended when I speak the truth. But whether I have a tone, whether it's sharp, I'm just channeling. That's why the cards keep confirming it. You get mad at me for speaking the truth. You're just trying to shoot the messenger. And guess what? There's extra karma for that. You got a bad reputation. That's what they tried to give light workers. But as far as Shawn Mendes goes, when that's in reverse, these karmics are toxic people. They wanted people not to look at them that way. They wanted people to look at the light workers this way. But Shawn Mendes has a song called Bad Reputation. She's got a bad reputation, and nobody gets too close. All of my friends have seen her naked, or so the story goes. Into the deeper she's sinking. I just can't let her go. She's got a bad reputation. She's all I want though. And I don't really care what they say about you, baby. They don't know what you've been through. Trust me, I could be the one. Treat you like a lady. Let me know what's underneath. All I need is you. So he had hold on, let me shuffle these back together. Is there anything else you want to say? I tried to split the energies. I started to split them for divine masculine and feminine, but they're coming up the same. They're bridging together because there's a union point between the twins. It's not really about their separate energies at this point. Yes and no, because they're merging. They're on the same page. They're blending on the same page. I hear God is aligning them, but let's just see for giggles. Yeah, he says, part of my destiny is to be part of yours and also to help you. So, of course, if there is issue going on for divine feminine, you know, my energy is going to come up in it. Part of my purpose is to love her and support her through that, divine masculine says. Yep. But vice versa. I bet you when I pull for divine feminine, divine masculine will come through in their head. Yeah. See? They wanted to confuse divine feminine. That's a no. They wanted to cause us legal issues or dodge legal issues for themselves. That's a no. Divine masculine says, I'm so sorry they did that to you. Yeah. People see that they were constantly instigating Thank you. People can see that they were fake flexing, or they were saying that about others. People can see that, although this is what people were trying to say about the light workers, that divine feminine actually is the tits. And they're upset because she's been speaking the truth where she's been called to. In reverse, though. Divine Masculine says, did she really say that to you? Yes. And it was a red flag the first time I heard it, but then that was her response every single time I asked her, oh, how are you? And I can't relate. Even if I'm not in the best of states, if somebody asks me, oh, how are you? I won't lie to them. I won't tell them that I'm great when I'm not. But I genuinely say I'm grateful to still be alive. And honestly, I say that even when it's a good day at this point, because I genuinely am. But when it's a shitty day, I will also say that because I genuinely am. And it's better than saying same shit, different day. It has a much different ring to it and energy behind it, doesn't it? Yeah. So Divine Masculine's coming through. Told you. He comes through Divine Feminine's cards, and like legitimately the Divine Masculine card. And I'm so into you, I can hardly move. Get out of there and stop being a nuisance. Close ain't close enough when we walk that line. Positive, great vibes. I also saw protection. That's not what that says, but unfazed. They're mad because we seek to just harmonize. We keep elevating. They keep trying to cause bad situations, and we keep... I hear lucky break. They think they're lucky breaks. No, you don't believe in God, but guess who keeps saving us from you and getting you in trouble? Stupid, you little demon. Of course you don't want to believe in God. You're running for the dark side. Unsurprising. But stop trying to pretend you're decent or nice or pretty or neighborly or even halfway humane, because you're not. We know you want us back. That's a no. You nasty, rotten people. You tried to dirty our reputations because you're garbage. Now you're mad because we don't give a fuck about you? No. You demons. Too bad. You can't stand to see me shine. Better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind. What's a sheep to a tiger? And that's why they keep doing these harassments. They don't get attention and nobody cares about them or pays attention to them. I'd never mention them unless they were causing problems. But like I said, they've caused enough problems to the point where I legally and responsibly have to address it. One, because it's documentation that will be used against them later in a court of law, but also two, because it's just the responsible thing to do to warn other people about the abuses. And again, if these people wanted to keep their names out of the damage that they were doing, they shouldn't have been damaging. They want my attention so badly, and they instigate to get it so consistently. And they just keep upping the ante when they don't get the reaction that they want. But then they get mad when, because they kept upping the ante and wouldn't just quit the shit, get out of there now. Get out of the trash now. That's a karmic. That's 3 times in a row. Right? 3 being the Trinity number. These karmics. I don't believe in God. Well, you little trash demons. It's because you're devilish. You dig? 49:22. Somebody said, why is there trash there? Because I've been cleaning, first of all, and second of all, I wasn't about to toss that outside overnight, where I guarantee you something would have gotten in it and required me to go. Yeah, somebody says, oh, okay, that makes sense. Right. Something would have gone and required me to go pick it up off the ground outside. Like what? I don't know. A raccoon? A bear? A crow? Whatever. Out. They just can't help themselves. Consistently just keep upping the ante, right? You see that parallel? Trash demons, trashy people. So go lay down. I thought I could keep you alone forever. No, you are legitimately the scummy bummy bottom feeders in like every bad Disney knockoff, okay? You're just gross. You're gross. You're the villains in a movie that can barely get apart in 30 seconds in a scene. So they keep upping the ante to try to get attention, right? But look, told you. 5122. But the kind of obnoxious, abusive drama that it takes them to get attention is the exact type of criminal behavior that, when simultaneously exposed, they don't want the heat of. They do not want people to know that they're being scummy bummy bottom feeders, that they're not good people, that they're trying to interrupt other people's hustle and flow, that they're no. Yeah, they don't want people to know that they're bankrupt. They don't want people to know that they're talking shit, and they don't want people to know that they do this every single day, repeatedly. Guess what? Everybody does. Only because you told them, only because you wouldn't stop. That's why you're getting bad karma. Bad company. Yeah, they wasted all their time trying to waste and fuck with mine. People only care about material items. They're not a happy couple next door. They're not a happy couple next door. They fight. The one thing they have in common, and the one time they're not having issues with each other, is when they're ganging up on me. That's not a good thing. Yeah, look, see? When you want to send grown men to pick your fights for you, come on. Pathetic. That's not a good foundation to build a relationship on, dude. Means you've got nothing in common but harassing me. What are you going to do when I leave? What are you going to have in common then? You're just going to fight with each other? I heard that. I'll just fight with a new neighbor. You're going to end up in prison before then, honey. And frankly, you won't be allowed to live here because I've got another call with HUD scheduled today. Get out of the trash. Same shit, different day. That's funny. Yeah, see? They wanted to dig up dirt, but they don't have any because there is none on the light workers. Yeah, see? They wanted to try to say we were what? Bad parents? No, they were slandering people. Somebody kidnapping and lying about children does not make an innocent person abusive. Somebody abusing someone else's child and then trying to blame it on other people does not make those people that are being falsely accused and victim blamed abusive. It makes the abuser abusive. And so, hello, Darvo 101. Yeah, they tried to run away from the consequences of their actions and the truth. That's a no. Or block people from leaving and escaping. They couldn't do that. Yeah, see, they wanted attention so bad. Now they don't want it at all. Now they wish they hadn't done that because they wish I hadn't exposed it. But I wouldn't have had to expose it if they weren't trying to mess with people's home life and stability and resources. In love lives, they were trying to keep people in a bad spot, in limbo, or alone based on slander. They did not want people to be able to clean up the messes that they were making, or they wanted to just be able to just sweep away their karma. That's a no. Because they're bullies. And you know what? Trying to enforce their will and violate my rights and my boundaries, not physically have they been, but energetically, spiritually, situationally, they've been trying to enforce themselves like rapists onto me. So at this point, I look at Kim Murphy and her creep boyfriend next door like rapists because they don't know when to take no for an answer and they don't seem to respect boundaries. Okay. So this is just one example. This is just a narcissist next door, but I know very well, yeah, impersonator, they're fake. This is just one example of the many narcissists through the collective that have been targeting people because they're not special. The tactics might be a little different from time to time, but their motives, their cycles are pretty much the same. Their motives, the same. And so this is what will be happening to them pretty soon, because this is the type of position that they've sought to put other people in. In fact, I had a car a couple of years ago. I paid $2,000 to have new brake systems put in, and it went to the shop, and then it came home, and I expected to have new brakes as I'd paid $2,000 for, but then I went to hit the brakes one day and there were none. So an old school colleague came by and looked under the car and knocked on the door and asked me if they could buy it. And they asked me, did the brakes fail? And I said, yeah, how did you know? And they said, because they're all rusted out. And I said, what do you mean? I just paid $2,000 to have brand new brake systems put in. He said, no, those, you should not have been driving on those. So I went back to the shop, and I took the car back to the shop a bunch of times before it failed, because it kept, I would go to tap the brakes and it would not either have them at all for a few seconds, or I would have to put too much pressure on them. Something was wrong, and I knew that. And they kept saying there was nothing wrong with it. But when the brakes finally failed, I made them sit through, they sat there for an hour and went through a year's worth of old computer receipts to find my receipt, because I did pay for these brakes to be put in, and they were paid for, but nobody bothered to put them in or tell me when they sent the car home so that I could bring it back. No. Somebody's asking, why didn't you sue the shop? Because it was owned by a family member who I had just made amends with, and I wasn't looking to create issues or have to sue them and probably get their shop shut down. So there was that. But then I had criminals target me, the same ones who've been hurting my child and I, trying to mess with my finances, claiming that I'm either not successful or what, a bad driver. It's not my fault that people weren't doing their jobs and didn't fix rusted brake systems when I paid them a few grand to do it. And then I was saving $30,000 up for a car, and then I had to spend $20,000 plus in legal fees for frivolous litigation to protect myself and my child from abuse. So no, you can't keep blaming victims for the damage that you're causing and trying to put them in. You know, I have got a license. They even filed fraud to take my license away. I did what I needed to get that back. I have that back. I've had that back for years. But you see, they've still been hurting me and messing with my finances. And as far as even just 3 weeks ago, we're stealing and funneling money away from me before it would even clear my bank account. They steal it before it even hits that wire transfer to my account. So they're technically funneling it away from other agencies, including because they've hurt me so bad that a federal judge says I qualify for SSA from the veteran level combat trauma and dislocated bones that they've caused. They've technically been stealing from the federal government. And they know that now, by the way. How do they know that? Because I told them. And I told them they've been doing the same thing to my child, too. So I'm calling this out, and then these people get no clout. Now, when I say, well, these people, they treat me like celebrity. Some of these criminals went into court years ago trying to financially extort me and complained about how many followers that I have on a plethora of my social media accounts. And this was before they started false flagging my accounts to try to get them shut down, and did get some of them shut down. The same people holding my child hostage currently made fake accounts or fake reports to YouTube and said that I had children in the house while I was alone with the cats, and they were holding my child hostage in kidnap situations, and that there were children either playing with fireworks or doing drugs in the house, but it was just me and the cats. And just like right now, I wasn't even on screen. I was off screen like this. So they made fake reports and said that there were drugs or fireworks in the house with children while I was home alone with the cats off screen. And that fraudulent report got my account shut down. So when you have people trying to shadow ban your accounts or straight up destroy all of the work that you've put in for years, yeah, it takes you longer to build, especially when every false account false attack keeps it's a shadow ban tactic, keeps your stuff from kicking into the algorithm the same way, or that's the goal anyway for them. So it takes some time. They were complaining about how efficiently I was growing and then took extra steps to try to block my progress and growth. And at this point I had a lawyer, and the lawyer said, well, it sounds like she's a local and internet celebrity and you're just jealous. And they lost that case, but they tried. Complained about how much of a celebrity I feel like I am comparatively, and tried to financially extort me for it. As if clicks automatically equate to dollars. She gets so attention, let me rob her like the rapists that we are. Yeah, I don't monetize my accounts though, so fuck you, you stupid, dumb, ugly, empty-headed bitch. Oh, and the person who said that and tried that one, by the way, there were a few of them. One of them is a pedophile who's been targeting my child, who told a newspaper that she's a pedophile without even realizing it, because she was so gung-ho and spilling her story, she didn't realize she was expressing the fact that she's a child groomer to a public newspaper article. I see kids as little adults, she said. Yeah, well, AMHC's sexual assault branch said that that's pedophile grooming language and behavior, so good job on that, stupid. And the other one that sat next to her is somebody that's been convicted for domestically abusing me and also sexually assaulted me when my child was 6 weeks old on the dot. You know how I know that? To the day? Because I'll never forget my body not being healed after hemorrhaging and losing too much blood and having a child on purpose with no drugs by choice, and then having a horrible monster say, well, how long am I supposed to wait? It's been 6 weeks. Plowing his way through, despite the fact that it's hurting me, and I'm saying, no, it's hurting me, to the point where when he was finished, I actually had to Google whether your pelvic floor could be dislocated because I was in so much pain. How long am I supposed to wait? It's been 6 weeks. On the nose. That's how I remember, because I'll never forget that shit. Oh, and he's laughing, picking that up right now. Guess what? You better not drop the soap in prison. See, they're intimidated. That's why they're trying to be bullies. But they're not wolves in sheep's clothing. They're still wolves, but they're not hiding anymore. People can see who they are and what they're doing. And I'm going to drop the mic on that. So there's that. Please remember to pray. Do no harm. Take no crap. And I'll catch you on the next one. Blessings. And namaste. 7:22.